Hello friends, in this video we will learn about AWS Global Infrastructure. This is the agenda for this video. First, we will talk about introduction to AWS Global Infrastructure. Then we will see AWS region, availability zones, edge locations, local zones, and wavelength. At last, we will have a quiz and also we will see answers to the previous quiz. If you have not watched the previous video, you can watch it by clicking the I button above. So, let's start. First, let us talk about introduction to AWS Global Infrastructure. AWS Global Infrastructure is the most secure, extensive, and reliable, offering over 200 plus fully featured services and serving over a million active customers in more than 240 countries and territories. AWS is continuously expanding global infrastructure to help their customers achieve low latency and higher throughput. AWS Cloud Infrastructure is built around AWS regions and availability zones. First, let us understand AWS regions. An AWS region is a physical location around the world with clusters of data centers. Each AWS region is designed to be completely isolated from other AWS regions in order to achieve the greatest possible fault tolerance and stability. Each AWS region consists of multiple isolated and physically separated availability zones within a geographic area. AWS maintains multiple geographic regions, including regions in North America, South America, Europe, China, Asia Pacific, South Africa, and Middle East. AWS has 25 launched regions, each with multiple availability zones, with announced plans for more regions. Now, let us understand how to determine the right region for your services, data, and applications. For determining the right region, consider the four business factors. First is compliance with data governance and legal requirements. Depending on your company and location, you might need to run your data out of specific areas. For example, if your company requires all of its data to reside within the boundaries of India, you would choose Mumbai region. The second factor is proximity to your customers. Selecting a region that is close to your customers will help you achieve lower latency and get content to them faster. The third factor is available services within a region. Sometimes the closest region might not have all the features that you want to offer to customers. Suppose that your developers want to build application that uses a service which is not available in every AWS region around the world. So your developers would have to run it in one of the regions that is already offering it. The last factor is pricing. The cost of services can vary from region to region depending on the tax structure of the different regions. Now let us understand about availability zones. An availability zone is a single or a group of data centers within a region. Availability zones are located tens of miles apart from each other in order to completely isolate them from each other so that if disasters occur in one part of a region, they are distant enough to reduce the chance that multiple availability zones are affected. Availability zones within a region are connected through low latency links, which helps in faster delivery of data. Availability zones gives customers the ability to operate production applications that are more highly available, fault tolerant, and scalable. AWS operates in 81 availability zones within 25 geographic regions around the world, with announced plans for more availability zones. Now, let us understand about edge locations. An edge location is a site that Amazon CloudFront uses to store cached copies of content closer to the customers for faster delivery. Let us understand this by an example. Suppose that your organization's data is stored in Brazil and you have customers who live in China. Now, in order to provide the content to the customers in China, you don't need to move all the content to the Chinese regions. Instead, you can cache a copy locally at an edge location that is close to your customers in China. Now, when a customer in China requests one of your files, Amazon CloudFront retrieves the file from the cache in the edge location and delivers the file to the customers faster because it came from an edge location near China instead of original source in Brazil. We will learn about Amazon CloudFront in upcoming videos. Now we will understand about local zones. AWS Local Zone stores compute, storage, database, and other AWS services closer to customers in order to run high demanding applications that require single-digit millisecond latencies to customers. Each AWS local zone is an extension of an AWS region where you can run your latency-sensitive applications using AWS services. Now let us understand about AWS Wavelength. AWS Wavelength enables developers to build applications that deliver single-digit millisecond latencies to mobile devices and end users. AWS developers can deploy their applications to wavelength zones that embed AWS compute and storage services within the telecom providers' data centers at the edge of 5G networks, reducing the network hops which increase the latency. It allows customers to take full advantage of bandwidth and latency advancements of 5G network. Now, let us have a look at the quiz. The first question is, which site does Amazon CloudFront use to cache copies of content for faster delivery to users at any location? The options are region, availability zone, edge location, and none of the above. Second question is, a region consists of how many availability zones? The options are 1 or more, 2 or more, 3 or more, and no availability zone. Make sure to answer both the questions in the comment section below. Now, let us look at the answers for the quiz we had in previous video. If you have not watched the previous video, you can watch it by clicking the I button above. The first question was, what is another name for on-premises deployment? The first option was hybrid deployment. It is not the correct option as hybrid deployment is a mixture of both public and private deployments. Second option was public cloud deployment. It is also not the correct option because in public cloud all the resources are available to the public via internet, whereas in on-premises resources are only available to particular organization. Next option was private cloud deployment. This is the correct option as in private cloud deployment only one organization have access to use the resources, which is same in case of on-premises deployment. So the another name for on-premises deployment is private cloud deployment, which is option C. The second question was, in which cloud service model you are responsible for managing applications and data? The first option was infrastructure as a service. It is not the correct option as in infrastructure as a service, we have to manage applications, data, middleware, runtime, and operating system, and rest is managed by cloud service provider. Second option was platform as a service. It is the correct option as in platform as a service, we have to only manage applications and data, and the rest is managed by cloud service provider. Third option was software as a service. It is not correct as in software as a service, we don't have to manage anything. Everything is managed by cloud service provider. The only thing we have to do is to find where to use that piece of software. We will learn more about cloud computing in upcoming videos. Please subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.